Welcome everyone to the Nook. I'm your host, M&T. With me, like always, is Noah Bailey. So, the Percy Jackson show is a thing that we've been following, covering, and just been very, very excited about. And today, Rick Riordan officially confirmed that the Percy Jackson Olympians show for Disney Plus starts filming in June of this year. So, yes, meaning we'll probably get the cast listing pretty soon as well. And that's just it's just especially after those terrible movies from the mid 2010s, it's just so good that, like, knowing that, probably my favorite book series of all time is getting a good adaptation.
Yeah, actually, like getting the love it deserves and effort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. and I think we've said before, it's just gonna be so cool growing up with these child actors, as the books go, you essentially grew up with Percy throughout, so like it's gonna be so cool watching this, probably 14-year-old acting 12, kind of growing up as it goes, which is gonna be just a lot of fun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't necessarily confirmed how the show will be structured, but I'm assuming it'll be like the first season will be the entirety of Lightning Thief, second season entirety of Sea Monsters, etc. But even if they do kind of try to do their own thing, or combine stuff here and there, Rick Riordan is at the helm, so I trust him with the thing he created. So yeah,
no, they'll figure it out. They'll make it work.
yeah, kind of the same way that I can never remember his name, but the guy that made Invincible helped make the Invincible show, and there was some things that were mixed around and
right out of order,
stuff,
but it makes a good story still. He knows how it is done, so that's all that matters.
Yeah. So yeah, it starts filming in June, probably coming out early next year. Let me ask you this. Do you think it would be a little weird if the show didn't air around the same time that the books took place in? Like, would it be weird if Lightning Thief came out in the spring when it took place in the summer, and then skipping ahead a little bit, what was the third one called? Oh no. What is that one called? Oh no. Something it's not Atlas something. Hang on. Dang it. Titan's Curse? Yes, the Titan's Curse. Right? Yeah. Would it be weird if Titan's Curse, which was explicitly set in the winter of that year, would it be weird if that didn't come out in winter? Or would you rather them have a set every April we get a new Percy Jackson series? Which would you prefer?
I mean, I don't think it has to match. I don't think it's gonna throw it off that much if it doesn't, because it's a show. But I feel if it's a winter in July, it's gonna feel a little kind of. But it isn't. It's kind of usually for me that only applies for winters, but snowing or something when it's hot outside. But if it's April and they're already in summer, or fall and they're that doesn't really bother me.
Yeah.
Especially, it is a show, you're kind of aware of that, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I don't really care either way. There is something very satisfying about seeing stuff happening on screen that's happening outside, but also it's also just very satisfying when every holiday, for example, Mandalorian comes out November, October, around there. It skipped last year because I was Boba Fett, but this year that's coming back this holiday. So it's just good to know every this season you're getting a new season of this show. So if if they do that for Percy Jackson, cool. If they want to link it to the part of the year that the books are in, cool. They can do whatever they want. Cool. Speaking of Disney Plus shows, that Obi-Wan show is coming out, soon, May 25th.
Yeah.
Apparently, John Williams composed some of the music for the show.
As if weren't already hyped enough.
Yeah, like it's unclear what capacity. It's not sure if he's just like did the opening theme and that's it, or if he like actually, did remixes of old stuff or did brand new stuff throughout. It's John
Anything is an absolute. Even if he just showed up, said I like that, and walked out, I take that as an absolute W. Like
right.
John Williams is one of the like Mount Rushmore heads of like film score, me like him and like Hans Zimmer and like yeah, for sure.
Like
I love it.
John Williams is so powerful. Steven Spielberg recut E.T. to fit with the score of the movie. Like, I think it's the scene of like at the end where they're like all on the bikes going like his the music he made like didn't quite match with the movie, and he went to Spielberg like, I'm sorry, I can redo it. I was like, no, yes, you're perfect. I will re-edit the movie in 1982. I will re-edit this. I will literally cut the film and paste it back together because I had to do it in the 80s.
I mean, but like he's not wrong. Like, it's just like, sorry, your movie doesn't fit. Don't you mean that the music doesn't? No.
No. Yeah, John Williams and Star Wars, always a great combo. Like, I'm not like expecting Battle of the Heroes to play when Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fight again, but like, if a different composition of that song played or something reminiscent of that played, made by him, that'd be pretty cool.
Right? I mean, or even like the way if he has flashbacks of the fight or like, flashbacks of it, like it just, there's so much to. It's gonna be so good, man. I'm so excited.
Yes. Like I said, it's coming out May 25th. I think it's gonna be a 6-episode series, but yeah, it's gonna be good. Sticking with Star Wars shows, apparently Jon Watts is rumored to be producing a Star Wars show, possibly a High Republic series with Jon Favreau as executive producer.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. I like it. Keeping Jon Favreau on it, I think it's a good idea for sure. Guy's pretty good at stuff.
In general, yeah.
In general, sometimes, occasionally, yeah.
But yeah, it obviously makes sense to, Jon Watts has killed it with Spider-Man stuff, whether you love those movies or not. Like, they're very solid movies.
Yeah.
He's gonna be doing Fantastic Four soon, so why not throw him with Star Wars as well? Especially with Jon Favreau and other people who have been doing Star Wars for a while also on board. Like, yeah, let him do this weird High Republic thing. We don't really have
right. Well, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. It's also just going to be very nice having a different era of Star Wars, on in any kind of like visual medium, because like, not that I'm like over Empire stuff or over, Republic stuff, but going back in time is gonna be fun.
Yeah. Especially, because I feel like we haven't really gone that way very often. Like, everyone's doing, after Jedi, after, I mean, with like Mandalorian and stuff, and then the sequels, it's like, okay, cool, we're like exploring this way, but what about, other way, because and yeah, so far I think that's going to be really interesting going into that. But
Mhm.
depends, as long as they don't ruin it.
But here's the thing: they can't ruin something people don't really have that strong attachment to.
Can't say though.
If it's a bad show, it's a bad show.
I
There is that.
mean, you say that, but
Yeah, we'll see. Um, yeah, like that is still just rumor at this point, but Disney has been gunning to make some kind of High Republic project for a while now. So if this is how that's made, cool.
yeah.
Last little bit of Disney news I have: the Marvel Defenders universe show, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Punisher, etc. They will be releasing on Disney Plus on March 16th
Ooh.
in Canada.
Uh,
On Disney Plus Canada, March 16th.
why
No,
only can't wait
no
only
confirmation
Canada?
no confirmation of anywhere else so far, but in
Why
Canada.
Canada specifically? that's,
Like got announced so far.
that's such an interesting point. It's this only in Canada though. It's like
It'll probably come then or around then everywhere else, but that is
why not? If that's the case, then say that or don't say that. But don't just say, hey, guess what? Canada, great thing, great news, Canada, and nowhere else. But I mean, hey, maybe the other shows will follow suit and then they'll kind of come because we have Charlie Cox, Daredevil, canon MCU, so that's great, basically green light for all the rest of them to be in there too. So
Yep. Yeah. Plus, I mean, if it somehow doesn't come by then to everywhere else, if you have a VPN, you can just
true.
do it. I don't have one, but that's the main thing. That's the main thing. Like ExpressVPN advertises. So if you have one, you can you can watch it on Disney Plus. So yeah, it's a thing. But that does at least confirm that they're coming. Yes, they have left Netflix, and there will be a little bit of room between where they probably won't be anywhere, but at least Disney has the idea to put them on the platform they belong on, Disney Plus. So yeah, that's ideal. Moving on to other nerd news stuff. We've talked about the Kraven the Hunter movie starring Aaron Taylor Johnson, being made over in that Sony Spider-Man movie universe. Apparently, the Chameleon will be the villain in that movie.
Okay, that kind of makes sense though. That kind of makes sense because it's like the only person who could track down the Chameleon is like Kraven. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, and I feel like the Chameleon is one that yes, he is actually. I think he might have been the first Spider-Man villain.
I
think he
believe
might have been
right.
The villain of Amazing Fantasy 15. Yet he's not super high profile where if they waste him in this movie, it's not like a big deal that he's not going to be in future Spider. There's other way.
Yeah.
There's so many other Spider-Man villains that could.
Yeah.
Be in the main.
He's always been that villain who's he's a very good secondary / background villain because he has a very useful power set. Well, but you know what I mean. But as far but anyway, but it's not. He's never been he's the main threat feeling kind of guy. You know what I mean? So, but I think it's good to have him introduced if you are planning on expanding this universe because you could use him imagine what the MCU could do if they had a Chameleon. They could just use him for everything. Kind of like how scrolls are a thing, and anyone could be a scroll. So,
yeah, that's another reason why I'm not, super mad about this because the scrolls are gonna I guess become a bigger deal with the Secret Invasion show coming next year, I think. So, I feel like any individual superhero universe only has room for like one real like shape shifting entity.
Hmm.
So kind of like it's especially once the X-Men come in, you get Mystique in there, like that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if I believe it or not, I don't think the chameleon actually has powers. I think he just, or does he? I don't know.
I mean, the only experience I have with him is in the 90s Spider-Man show where he has that belt that can make him transform.
Right.
I'm not sure if like more recent or Ultimate Comics or whatever makes him actually have powers, but he probably does somewhere, but at least generally speaking, I think he just has technology that lets him transform.
Okay. Okay, apparently he does have power. I can't,
Okay.
at least according to this. I don't know how accurate this is, but
Okay.
yeah, originally he did not have superpowers, but I think now they've like originally he was just a master of disguise, but I think they've more recently updated him so that he has powers.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not anticipating the Kraven the Hunter movie to like be good or be a big deal of any kind. Because like at least with Morbius, like people are at least interested to see Jared Leto in that role. They might not necessarily like him, but they're at least interested to see what that is. I like Aaron Taylor Johnson, but he's not like a draw in that way. And Kraven isn't like that big a name, especially when not associated with Spider-Man, really. So
yeah. But I mean, again, if Morbius gets a movie by himself, like
sure.
I guess Craven can get a movie too, I mean,
I
we're
guess
just waiting
so. Why
on,
not?
right? Like at this point.
I mean, in a way, like I kind of feel Chameleon would be a more interesting movie.
Well, yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, I feel like this could work, I guess,
Yeah.
because it's gonna be like a manhunt or so. If it's like a manhunt or something, you have to find the hardest person to catch in the world or something. But I guess that's a premise. But like, yeah, if it was Chameleon, I feel like if it was the other way around, it'd be better. Actually, I don't know.
I think
Right?
in a way, a Chameleon movie with Kraven the Hunter being the villain.
Yeah, he's kind of chasing him.
Huh. Oh well, it's the other way around. Who cares?
I mean, who knows? I mean, they'll figure something out. But I mean, it could be something. It's an idea.
Movie is still a couple years
Waiting
out.
on that
so.
Hydro Man movie, man.
I mean, sure.
Right? We just need all these rare B, C tier Spider-Man villain movies without Spider-Man.
Without Spider-Man.
Without Spider-Man, that's the biggest point.
So even though Sonic 2 hasn't actually come out yet, Paramount already has confirmed that Sonic 3 is in production.
Wow.
So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Along with a Knuckles spin-off show for Paramount Plus.
Really? He hasn't even appeared in the movie yet, and they're already like, yeah, give him a show. That's some confidence. I'm not gonna lie. They're
it's Idris Elba. So
I know, but still, like until it comes out, it could potentially bomb. You know what I mean? Like there's a like the first one was good, but I mean it wasn't like so good that let me get 3 more of these basically. But I mean they're confident that's good, and the second one would probably be pretty good. So all right then.
The second one is looking essentially like how if I were to think what would a Sonic movie look like, this is definitely a lot closer to that than what the first Sonic movie was. And with I imagine the third one is either going to bring in Metal Sonic or Shadow or like
probably Shadow.
Because at the end of Sonic 1, Eggman has like a has a strand of Sonic's hair he could use to either clone or create Metal Sonic with. So there's many different ways you could. Assuming those they don't show up in Sonic 2 and they're just not showing us yet, that would make sense for Sonic 3.
Right.
So,
The natural third, yeah.
Speaking of trilogies and franchises I like, the new Transformers movie coming out next year, Transformers Rise of the Beasts, is apparently going to be the first in a new trilogy of Transformers movies.
Oh,
So
that's exciting.
Yes, I always like when, I also Paramount actually, I really appreciate when companies, see a product even if it hasn't come out yet and they have confidence this is good, the people working on this are good, they deserve to do more good things with this stuff. So yeah, like this movie couldn't possibly be worse than any of the Bay former movies. The Bumblebee movie from 2018 was really good, and that was not connected to to Michael Bay at all. So just let him at it.
It's been long enough they can redo a trans because it's what 15 years since the first one, I think.
That was 2007. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been long enough they can do it again. So yeah, I think this works.
Yeah, it's been, when this comes out summer 2023, it'll be 6 years since the last Bayformer movie back in 2017. So yeah, that's enough time to reboot something.
Oh yeah. Especially if it's like, the last, I mean, I don't know anyone who saw the last like 2 or 3 Transformers movies, to be honest.
Transformers 4 is hilariously bad. Transformers 5 is just sad. It is a sad movie. Like, none of the actors are having fun outside of Anthony Hopkins. The story makes absolutely no sense, but not even in the same way that Transformers 4 makes sense. Transformers 4, literally, like, the climax happens, or at least what feels like should be the climax, yet you look, we're only 40 minutes into the movie. And then the rest of the movie is nonsense. Transformers 5 is mostly just people sitting and talking about stuff I don't care about. So, whereas Bumblebee is like actually heartwarming and actually has good characters and good interaction between the human and the Transformers, and actually like the Transformers actually look good as opposed to those weird jumbled abominations of the Bayformer movies. Like they actually look like things I want to like actually look like action figures, because the Bayformer Transformers, they do not translate well to toys. They just are really like jagged and just like their proportions are like lanky and weird, whereas the ones from the Bumblebee movie are actually like translated well into toys, which is kind of the whole point of Transformers. So yeah. And for what we've seen so far of concept art for Rise of the Beasts, they're definitely gearing their designs much more towards the Bumblebee G1 era stuff, which is
more colorful, more like
more boxy, which I like robots that are boxy. Just in general, like, because like I understand, Michael Bay wanting to portray the Transformers as more like aliens, stuff that we can't like comprehend. Like, I get that, but they're robots. They're at their hearts, they are robots that turn into boxy cars. I like broad shoulders, stubby, boxy arms, like just all that just feels so good to me. And they're going more that route with this new trilogy, so fantastic.
Yep. All right, well, yeah, this could be the beginning of something amazing then.
Yep. And there's also an animated Transformers movie still in the works. I don't know if they didn't say it was going to be like fully CG or like 2D animation, like probably CG, but like I'm always down for more Transformers stuff. So sure, why not
Right.
have that? Uh, last bit of news I have. So this past week, or yeah, last week, Capcom out of nowhere announced this countdown starting on Monday. It was like countdown of 6 days and like 20 hours or something. It's like at the end of this countdown, we're gonna have some big new game announcement. So for an entire week, people were predicting like, oh, is it gonna be Street Fighter 6? Is it gonna be a new Resident Evil game? Mega Man, Darkstalker. Like there's
Please,
so
Mega
many,
Man.
so many different games or franchises that this could be. And then finally, midnight on Sunday, at least our time, it was announced that Street Fighter 6 will be revealed later.
Why does that keep happening? We have announced that we are going to announce something.
It was a 35-second teaser trailer of Ryu looking jacked. Like, speaking of boxy people, he was just like
Speaking of boxing.
Like literally, if you painted him green, he would look like the Incredible Hulk. It was crazy. It was just like a CG rendering of wide Ryu fighting this new character from actually the last character in Street Fighter V called Luke. They were just like getting ready to fight, and then Luke like throws a punch at the screen, and then Street Fighter 6, more to be revealed in the summer. It's like, okay.
You could just, tell us now, but okay.
Or like show even like a second of gameplay, just like I don't like you don't have a 6-day countdown making people anticipate and making people have all these theories about what it could be, and like the vast majority of people like kind of put it together that it's probably Street Fighter 6 because it's been so long since Street Fighter 5 came out. Their last DLC character came out in like early 2021. Resident Evil 8 just came out, so like it's probably not that. They forgot about Mega Man, even though they brought him back in 2018. So like, unfortunately, just about like it's probably Street Fighter 6. It's time, and then the reveal trailer is a CG rendering of two characters from the game that they don't actually even punch each other. More to be revealed in the summer. It's like, okay. And another thing that has made this announcement so lackluster is Google Street Fighter 6 logo. If you don't mind. Because Street Fighter has always had.
I came up immediately. What is that?
Street Fighter has always had amazingly bright, vibrant, cool logos. Just describe this logo to me real quick.
It looks like the logo from one of the heroes from Sky High. I just don't remember which hero it was.
Oh, it totally does.
I know.
Wow.
What was it? What was the? I think it was.
Not the commander.
I'm looking at this because I have to know, because it was the dad. Yeah.
Was it the commander?
What was the dad's name?
The commander.
The commander, that was it?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, actually, his emblem is more of like a castle looking thing.
Okay, yeah, now I actually see it. But like, no, that's I saw that as a meat, or I think of something else. Wait. I might be thinking of something else.
I can like almost see what is it?
No, I know what it is.
What?
This is a deep memory. But no, it's the for me, it's the Ned's Declassified. Do you remember Cookie had the mascot / like vigilante? the Steel Eagle or something. Yeah, something like that.
As to
And he had, like,
Classified is another show that like I watched some of, but didn't like get to
okay.
watch a lot of. But I
No,
definitely, if I see it, I
I'm
might know
thinking.
it.
I think that's what I'm thinking of when I see that. But yeah, that's definitely it. It's just funny because it looks. I don't know. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. But I don't know. So I was just like, what? It kind of looks like it, but not as much now that I think. Maybe I just thought it looked more like that in my head.
But there definitely is.
Maybe I'm missing something.
What am I thinking of? Because I can like very clearly see an S with like a symbol next to it
Right?
in that like hexagonal
Like,
shape.
yeah.
Why wasn't that Superman? It's not. Oh well. Regardless, it's just
Bit
like
crazy.
a hexagon with a yeah
It looks
with an
lame.
S and an F and a little 6.
Yeah,
Even
don't
though
look
every other mainline Street Fighter game has had Roman numerals and the entire Street Fighter spelled out.
yeah.
So it's not even like any bright cool colors. It's just
Yeah. Yeah, and it's usually like a bright
white,
like red or orange or something. This is just kind of like this looks so
gray.
like stock image. Like this looks like they had a logo, it got deleted 10 minutes before the due date, and they had to make clip art something really quick. This
It,
does not look like the real. No, you can't tell me a team sat down for hours and was like, yes, this is it. Like it looks
it
so
looks
basic, it hurts.
it looks a lot like esports team logos, which is maybe what they're going for because Street Fighter is a big esports fighting game, but like
Yeah,
I
it
don't
does.
know, like
Mm-mm.
if when essentially when you reveal your game and the only thing that people have to go off of is wow, Ryu is very wide now and the logo. That's like the only iconography people can have to go off of until summer. You need to make sure those, and not to mention, you had a countdown to this thing. You made people hyped and anticipate and like, want to anticipate this thing. And it's just a,
Disappointing.
a gray SF6 more to be revealed next summer. Like, okay.
Say so. Yeah,
Um,
not exactly, impressive.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a very solid game. Street Fighter 5 started a little iffy, but like once they started building characters, added a story mode, added more online functionality, like over time it got to a very good place. So hopefully Street Fighter 6 starts very strong. And I'm sure the gameplay is going to be very good. Even like Street Fighter 5 also just had very solid gameplay, but you should show that the gameplay in your video game reveal trailer. But whatever, we'll see it in the summer, I guess.
Yeah, not the most inspiring.
Yeah. Do I wish it was Mega Man? Yes, but
Yes. Why can't it be Mega?
yeah. Oh well. Moving on to another round of roll call. This is a game where Noah and I will test each other's nerd knowledge about just random topics that we throw at each other. Um, last year, Noah found out that I know nothing about Kingdom Hearts or Danny Phantom, apparently. So,
That was funny.
so I want a little bit of redemption.
Okay.
So I am going to ask you,
Oh,
how
no.
many Dana Phantom ghosts can you name?
Oh, okay. What Danny Phantom counts as one.
Kind of two.
Vlad Plasmius, that's like the main villain.
Mm.
Skulker's the hunter one. Technus is the like technology one. Ember's the like pop star girl. There's Johnny 13. The Fright Knight.
Good name.
The Box Ghost. Beware. The best ghost of all of them. The Box Ghost is amazing. I don't know if her name is just the lunch lady, but there's the evil lunch lady ghost who like uses
It's one of the
meatloaf
few episodes I've
monsters.
seen. Yeah, it's very
Right.
good.
Let's see. I know there's more. I can think of at least a couple more. There's the other Danny Phantom. Well, she's a clone. I guess that doesn't count. But
Still a ghost.
she's a ghost clone of him, which again doesn't really. They didn't really explain how she works. She kind of just appeared in an episode, then appeared in one more episode, then you saw her for like half a second in the movie, which is terrible by the way, and then you never saw her again.
Most show movies of the era are not great. Even the regular show movie's terrible. Phineas and Ferb movie is like fine.
Yeah.
There's Fairly Odd Parents had like one decent movie
It
special.
was disappointing because like the longer episodes are still good, but like the actual movie was like, I was like, who wrote this?
Yeah.
I was like, none of this makes any sense. But
the Kids Next Door movie, that was good.
Operation Zero with the zombie old people.
Yes, with grandfather as the main
villain.
Yes,
dude, that was a banger.
Good.
It was intense. Dude, I loved it because it not only did it like that was one of the only times where they like fully utilized like how big this thing is because they're on the freaking moon base and they're getting overrun. So they bring out they got the Kids Next Door Air Force. They've got like all the stuff. Like everyone gets involved. It was so great. I need to watch that again. That was I love the world building in that show. It's so like it makes no sense, but it's amazing. They're like, yeah, we need more like ice cream cone cannon over here, and we need more like I don't know, rubber band ball artillery. Like all the stuff is so funny. And all the acronyms and oh yeah, that's a Kids Next Door. Some crazy acronym that they spent way too much time coming up with.
Well, they had a lot of fun doing it.
I bet that would be so awesome. They're like, I got one. But I think that's all the ghosts I can name.
Okay, that was good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I watched it a few years back.
My turn. Go.
Okay. So I don't think we've done this one. We might have. How many superhero day jobs from different characters can you name?
Oh, that is good.
Yeah.
Okay. Specifically superheroes who have
like you name the hero and what their day job is for their alter ego.
Okay. So Batman's a billionaire.
Correct. Yeah. CEO, billionaire, philanthropist, etc. Yeah.
Superman's a reporter at the Daily Planet.
Yep.
Does Wonder Woman have a day job? What does she do?
In comic book, I did some research for this, but in comic, she actually does have a couple day jobs. They kind of, it's not like one specific one like Batman or Superman. It kind of varies depending on who's writing her. And there are some versions where she just doesn't. So this one was kind of hard to find.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
The Flash is a CSI.
Correct.
Pretty much every Green Lantern's in the military at some point. Or at least John and Hal Jordan are. Manhunter's a manhunter, detective guy.
Yeah. Basically.
Aquaman's King of Atlantis. That count?
I didn't put Aquaman because that's not really a day job. He just kind of always does that.
Okay. any other from DC that I know. Wildcat's a boxer.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't put that one down, but that is true.
Okay. Spider-Man's a reporter at the Daily Bugle. Bruce Banner's a scientist guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doctor Strange is a surgeon.
Yeah.
Did that count? Because he stopped being a surgeon to become Doctor Strange.
He still has the degree. It counts.
Okay.
We still call him doctor, don't we? Like,
yeah. Daredevil is a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really count Iron Man since he doesn't really have a secret identity, so wouldn't really say him being a billionaire is his day job. It's just how he is Iron Man. That's different than being Batman, where he lives two different lives.
I guess so.
Does Wolverine being a lumberjack count?
I mean, yeah, sure. I would count that. Yeah. Like anytime a superhero does like a job, clocks in and clocks out, basically, I would count that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, yeah.
Any other? Okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm done.
Yeah, that was pretty good though. That was pretty good. But yeah, there's some other good ones. I looked up some of them because I was curious. But it's like, yeah, like Oracle / Batgirl's a librarian. Kyle Rayner's a freelance artist. Black Lightning's an educator / teacher, which is cool. Wally West is a car mechanic, which actually is a thing. I totally forgot about that, but that is a thing.
Okay, yeah.
Dick Grayson is a police officer in Bloodhaven, which I'm like, how does no one know he's Nightwing? But whatever. Black Canary is a therapist. Zatanna, I put professional magician just because she actually does do magic shows, and she is famous. So I'm like, I guess that technically counts as a job. So like, even though
she's
have a
secret identity, her superhero name is Zatanna.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I kind of ran into that when I was realizing, because I was like, but she definitely does like legit magic show, but she's also actively in the Justice League. So I'm like, do they know she's just real magic, or do they just not care? Or
they're just there to watch the show? Like,
I guess. Well, it's interesting because like from my understanding, they actually do use like real magic tricks that other magicians use. They just occasionally sprinkle in real magic for the really cool stuff. To make them like, the best. But like, yeah, I guess that's like, because that's the whole thing with like Batman, like learning how to do like, escape acts and stuff from like Zatara. And then he's like, well, there's other magic. And Batman's like, no, I don't like magic. And it's like, okay, you're missing out. And then Batman's like, maybe I should have learned some of that magic after. I thought it would come in handy.
It being one of the few things that Superman's weak to, what could I have contingency?
Right? Maybe I wouldn't have to carry this $1 billion of kryptonite in my belt all the time if I knew some magic words, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's something. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a couple more. Captain Atom is in the U.S. in the Air Force, I believe, or one of the branches. I don't remember. And then this one, the most hilarious one I forgot. Booster Gold is a janitor from the future. Totally forgot about that.
He's a janitor. Oh yeah, I forgot he's a janitor.
Right, because he's a janitor. He's a janitor in a museum from like I think it's 25th century or one of those, and that's where he gets the suit, goes back in time, becomes Booster Gold to be Booster. Yeah, some kind of paradox where he becomes the person there. But yeah, that's a whole thing, which is hilarious.
It's DC. They literally every comic they created a paradox.
Right? It makes no sense, but it's so great. But no, this was definitely one of the funner ones to do.
So what does Wonder Woman do?
Wonder Woman, as actually, there's two different versions. There's one where it's a flower shop, and like a flower shop / like women's boutique clothing, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
And the other one was like some kind of, oh, I gotta put the official wording because there was something hilarious, and I was like, that can't be real. It was something from the 80s, so prepare yourself. Hold on.
Hmm.
Day job. What was it? I put woman day job. Wonder Woman. There it is. Yeah, it's like there's museum staff, there's works at a
Oh yeah, she works at the Smithsonian in the Justice.
right. That's like a historian job, but there's also like, yeah, works as a art, works as a boutique for like fashion and stuff. And there's a whole bunch of jobs that she has. And you're kind of just like, huh? But yeah, because she's so old, she's had like jobs throughout history, which is really cool. But yeah, there's a bunch of them. Like, yeah, there was one. There was, yeah.
I can't believe I forgot Roy Harper's head of Arrowhead Security.
Bowhunter Security.
Bowhunter Security. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. We're always on point. That was so corny.
It's good.
Is it weird to me that while watching Young Justice, I can't look at like, I guess, Will now as like Roy Harper, because like he does not. He's so different now.
Yeah.
Like he used to, like, granted he was a mole, but like he used to be so angsty and like gave off such a like a, and now he's such a dad. Like, hey kids, come on guys, I love my favorite clipboard, versus when he was like, we're not sidekicks. I'm not his son. I'm not your son. I'm not even his son. Like, all angsty, all angry.
Wait. Oh no, wait a minute. Hang on.
Holding.
Hang on. Was Will? Wait. Hang on. Oh, I keep getting confused on this. Will, wasn't he who kept the Roy name? Was it the original Roy with the arm?
Yes, the original Roy kept I believe. Okay, so yeah, the original Roy kept the name Roy because it is his name, and he's the original. That
okay
might be an invincible thing. He's the original. He's the clone. But no, like no. And then
Will Harper.
Will Harper is the one who we originally thought was the Roy Harper, or Roy Harper Red Arrow / with Cheshire has a daughter, which I'm like, how does that work with like cloning? Does she like half clone, or like how does that work?
I mean, if you're a clone, then you would be fully them, unless, go on.
Right. And then the other one,
I don't remember his name.
I forgot his name too, but isn't he the one? He was the guy who was Guardian, but then they didn't realize he was a Roy Harper clone at the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Which, how did nobody know that?
He was brainwashed to think he was Roy's uncle.
But like, somebody had to fact check that, right? Like, of all people, Batman would have known that wouldn't add up, right? Like,
I guess because he worked under Cadmus, Batman didn't like have direct access, because Cadmus was like more heavily guarded because like Luthor owned them, so he, whatever.
Still, it's like Batman makes it his business. Like, I feel like if Batman knew that Shazam was a 10-year-old, then I feel like Batman would have known that Roy, you know what I mean? Because it is Batman. Like, he cares about no one's boundaries. So, like, this man has no regard for personal space. But at the same time, yeah, I get it, because Cadmus, because they didn't even know Cadmus was really a thing like that. So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that show, but it can be a little much sometimes.
Yeah, and the thing I like it is, like, I feel like I really like it, but it doesn't focus on the things that I like, which bothers me so much, because it's like, this show would be S tier if they just focus on the things we want to focus on, but they focus on things no one cares about.
Yeah, but whatever. It's coming back soon, March. When is it coming back?
Yes, I think
March.
All they said was this spring, so I assume March, but like,
March, April, whatever.
March-ish, April, whatever. I mean, mid-season finale was so.
Okay. So one more round of roll call. How many, again, getting redemption for this series, how many Kingdom Hearts characters can you name?
Oh no, we don't have time.
Just
No.
name like, just name like 20
Okay.
or so and just go
Okay. So we've got Sora, and then we've got Roxas, and then we've got Ventus, and then we've got Vanitas. We're all different versions of essentially the same person. I'm not even going to explain how that works.
No,
And
no,
then
don't
we've
bother.
got Riku and Kairi. We got okay, I already said Ventus, but we got Aqua and Terra, then we got Shion, Axel, Naminé, just go down the list, I guess. We got Xehanort. We got Xehanort's Heartless, which is who also goes by Ansem, but even though we took Terra's body, but we don't whatever. We've got Xemnas, who is Xehanort's nobody based on Terra's body stolen heart Xehanort, like, but whatever. Young Xehanort, who is also Xehanort, but he is a Xehanort from the past who teamed up with his future self in order to take over the universe. We got Zigbar, Zaldin, I don't think that's an order, but whatever. Zaldin, Lexaeus, Vexen, Zexion, Syax. I already said Axel. 8 or 9? It doesn't matter the order. Marluxia, Luxord, Larxene, Demnix. That's what I'm missing. I already said Roxas. Who else am I missing? There's so many characters still. Master Eriquis.
Obviously.
Guessing? I don't know if you count like Tidus and Waka because they're kind of more Final Fantasy characters that also are just Kingdom Hearts characters, but they don't really have their other existences, so I don't count that. Actually, to be honest, that's as far as exclusively Kingdom Hearts characters, that's kind of almost it. Because most of them are Final Fantasy characters that overlap or Disney characters that overlap. So
Okay.
I think. I know I'm forgetting somebody.
You know exponentially more than most people should know about Kingdom
Yeah,
Hearts.
no, I know too many. I know too many because I played too many of the games, but they're good for the most part, except a few of them, which aren't and shouldn't exist, but it's fine.
Okay, good. You put me to shame. Good job.
It's okay. I mean, I could only name like 12 Pokemon. You named all of them, so I feel like
4.
right. So I mean, I feel like that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. My next thing.
Okay.
Okay.
My turn.
So this one I thought was kind of interesting, but how many different races of Star Wars aliens can you name?
Oh no. I'm
You
so
can do
bad at
this.
these.
You can do it. Once you start the ball rolling, you can do this. I thought so too. But once you start, just think about Star Wars stuff you've seen and it'll start coming to you.
Okay. Okay, so we have humans.
Those count, yes.
Wookiees, Ewoks,
Yep.
Twi'leks,
Yep.
Hutts,
Yep.
Mon Calamari.
There it is. I know what you're thinking right now.
What is Kit Fisto? What is Kit Fisto? Gungans.
There it is.
By races, you mean like sentient, like people
Yeah.
that were in the canteen. So like not like Rancors or like Tauntauns, stuff like that.
I mean, you could say Rancor, but like I wasn't really thinking it, but I guess that does count.
I wouldn't count it personally.
Okay.
Are the Pikes a race?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, that's a good question because I don't know if that's the whole planet or just a like specific gang called the Pikes.
Because they
But
all look
all the
the
Pikes do
same.
look the same, so that's why I feel like they are.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Yes. Yes,
They
the
are?
Pikes
Okay.
are a species of sentient humanoids native to Obadiah. So yeah, no,
Okay.
the Pikes are a
Okay.
race apparently.
I can picture so many other individual aliens. I just can't think of like I've looked up what is a Greedo so many times.
What is a Dorito? So true though.
I looked up what is Bosk so many times. It just never got just never like stuck in here. I also couldn't begin to tell you what Ahsoka's race is. Um, Da- Dathomirian? Is that what they're called? Is that what Maul's people are? Oh
Yeah,
no.
I mean that's the name of the planet. I mean, well, the name of I don't think they go by that because
Okay.
yeah, no, they don't.
They don't. Okay. Okay. That's fine.
But it's the right planet though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can't think of any other names,
Okay.
but yeah.
It's okay. No, but like with Dathomir, I was like because it's the Night Brothers and the Night Sisters because yeah, they're on the same planet, but they don't intersect somehow. Ahsoka's race is the Togrutas, I believe that's what it's called.
Okay.
I think that's what it's called, even though their planet's not called that. It's weird. And then what was the other one I was thinking? There was another one I was thinking of that I was like, oh. Also, Yoda would have been acceptable because we don't know what Yoda is.
Of course.
Whatever
Didn't even
Yoda
cross
is.
my mind to say him.
It's okay. It's okay. There's only know of what 3 of them that existed.
Three. Yoda, Yaddle, and
Grogu. So yeah, that would have been fine. It's all I think I can think of. Oh, Nemodi or Pneumonians, whatever the freaking Viceroy Gunray and his boys are. Yeah, those guys.
Apparently, Cad Bane's race is like closely related to them. So
I could see that. Yeah, it does look kind of similar. And then Gamorrean guards or whatever, they're always that like pig race or whatever.
Gamorrean.
Even though you only really see them on Tatooine with Jabba, but like I still count that. That's got to be something, right? Then what else? That might be. Yeah, as far as what I can think, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I can. But yeah, I can picture so many. There's just too many to name. What?
I just thought of the Kingdom Hearts character. I forgot. It was Ansem the Wise. I named Ansem's Heartless and his Nobody and all of his apprentices, but I forgot Ansem the
Wise. Nice.
But yeah.
Okay. Cool. I like doing these quite a bit. So is there anything else you want to bring up or discuss before we sign off?
I do have one thing I like to add. So my brother had never seen Into the Spider-Verse before. And on Monday, I was like, bro, you gotta watch this movie. It's like it's like one of the best Spider-Man things ever made. Because I can't say the best thing Spider-Man thing ever made because of December. But so I'm kind of
I would argue it's better, but go on.
But like, is it though? Like, I don't know, man. It's really good, but like No Way Home was really good too. It's an argument to be had later. Anyway, so we're watching. So we're like, I'm like, yeah. So he's like, oh, is it good? And I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. So it's all right, like, and we watch it, and he's like, dude, this movie's so good. This movie had to win so many awards. I'm like, yeah. Apparently, it won like 41 awards for animation or something like that, which I was like,
41.
41. According, it was
I
like
knew
70
it broke
something
Disney
nominations.
Pixar's. Oh, how many?
It was like
70?
70 something nominations and like 40, according to Wikipedia, it was like 41 awards or something like
Wow.
that.
I knew
It's
it
like
broke Disney
absolute-
Pixar's streak of having like the best animated picture of in the at the Oscars since its inception with Beauty and the Beast. So
What I'm
or
saying,
maybe
but
Shrek.
like,
It was like the one of two or three since the
right?
beginning of-
But again,
of
like,
time.
where's the argument? Of course it did. Like, the movie,
Yeah.
you know, and I was showing him this, and I was like, yeah, man, like, dude, they gotta make more of these. It was so good. And I was like, oh yeah, let's watch the trailer. It was a new one. And
Part
then
one.
when the part one, he was like, oh dude, part one. I was like, I know. I know. There are 2 more. Minimum.
At least, yeah.
Minimum.
Oh my
So
goodness.
now he's all hyped for it. So now whenever it comes out, I can go see it with him too.
Very nice. October. Oh,
So excited. This one better make a billion. The last one should have.
yeah. I mean, like we said, Spider-Man is kind of at an all-time, highest of high it's really ever
Yeah.
been.
Yeah,
At
that's
least in
coming
Spider-Man
out.
2. So
Yeah, Spider-Man. Yeah, like, you know, the new game, the next game's coming out next year. Like,
mhm.
it's a good time to be a Spider-Man fan.
Yeah. So yeah. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Okay. So with that, we'll see you all next time.
Take care.